National Electrical Code Section 300.16b addresses the reduction in raceway size. The basic rule is the size of a raceway shall not be reduced at any point throughout its run unless otherwise permitted in this code. This means that generally, you can't just arbitrarily decrease the size of your conduit or other raceway in the middle of a run. However, the NEC does provide some exceptions to this rule which allow for raceway size reduction under specific circumstances. Firstly, Section 300.16b states that raceways of different sizes may be used if each raceway is connected to a larger raceway by a listed fitting. This is a crucial exception. It means you can transition from a larger raceway to a smaller one, provided you use a fitting that is specifically listed for that purpose. This ensures a safe and mechanically sound connection. Secondly, Section 300.16b2 allows for the use of a conduit body of the same type and trade size as the larger raceway to reduce the raceway size. This means if you are using a conduit body such as a T or an elbow, you can use one that is the same size as the larger conduit to facilitate the reduction. The conduit body itself doesn't reduce in size, but it allows you to make the transition to a smaller raceway on one of its ports. Thirdly, Section 300.16b3 states that raceways of different materials may be used if connected by a listed adapter fitting. This addresses situations where you might be transitioning from, say, a metallic conduit to a non-metallic conduit. In such cases, you need to use a listed adapter fitting that is designed for joining those two specific types of materials. The key here is to always use listed fittings. A listed fitting has been tested and approved by a recognized testing laboratory to meet specific safety standards. Using non-listed fittings can create a hazardous installation and violate the NEC. Let's consider an example, reducing 1/2-inch electrical metallic tubing, or EMT, to 3/8-inch flexible metal conduit, or FMC, through an EMT to non-metallic cable fitting. This is a common situation. According to 300.16b, it is generally permitted since the smaller raceway, which is the FMC, is connected to the larger raceway, which is the EMT, by a listed fitting. The EMT to non-metallic cable fitting is typically listed for this purpose, allowing for a safe and code-compliant transition. However, it's important to ensure that the fitting is indeed listed for use with both EMT and FMC. The listing will typically be indicated on the fitting itself or in the manufacturer's documentation. Also, be mindful of any restrictions on the types of conductors that can be used in the smaller raceway. For example, FMC might have limitations on the types of conductors or the ampacity of the conductors it can carry. Always consult the relevant NEC sections for conductor requirements and ampacity rating. When making raceway reductions, it is also important to consider the full capacity of the raceways. The NEC specifies the maximum percentage of the raceway's cross-sectional area that can be occupied by conductors. When reducing raceway size, ensure that the smaller raceway can still accommodate all of the conductors without exceeding the full limits. Refer to NEC Chapter 9, Table 1, and the associated notes for raceway fill calculations. Another important consideration is the support requirements for raceways. The NEC specifies how often raceways must be supported to prevent sagging or damage. When transitioning from a larger to a smaller raceway, ensure that both raceways are adequately supported in accordance with the code. Pay particular attention to the support requirements near the transition point. Remember that these rules are in place for safety. Improper raceway reductions can lead to conductor insulation damage, overheating, and even electrical fires. Always adhere to the NEC and use listed fittings to ensure a safe and code-compliant electrical installation. In addition to the specific exceptions in 300.16b, there may be other sections of the NEC that permit raceway size reductions in certain situations. For example, Article 356 addresses liquid-tight flexible metal conduit, or LFMC, and Article 348 covers flexible metal conduit, or FMC. These articles may contain specific rules related to the use of these types of raceways and any permitted reductions in size. Always consult the relevant article for the specific type of raceway you are using. When working with electrical systems, it's always a good idea to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector. They can provide guidance on the NEC requirements and ensure that your installation is safe and code compliant. The electrical codes can be complex and vary depending on the jurisdiction, so it's essential to stay up to date on the latest requirements. Always refer to the latest edition of the NEC and any local amendments or regulations. Understanding the NEC requirements for raceway size reductions is crucial for ensuring a safe and code-compliant electrical installation. By following the rules and using listed fittings, you can avoid potential hazards and create a reliable electrical system. The National Electrical Code is not just a set of rules, but a comprehensive guide to ensuring electrical safety. Its purpose is to protect people and property from electrical hazards. By understanding and adhering to the NEC, we can all contribute to a safer electrical environment. When planning an electrical installation, it's always a good idea to start with a thorough review of the NEC. Identify all of the relevant sections and requirements for your specific project. This will help you to avoid costly mistakes and ensure that your installation meets all applicable codes and standards. Remember, electrical work can be dangerous, so it's important to take all necessary precautions. Always de-energize circuits before working on them and use appropriate personal protective equipment. If you're not comfortable working with electricity, it's best to hire a qualified electrician. Understanding the different types of raceways is also essential for selecting the appropriate materials for your installation. The NEC defines various types of raceways, each with its own specific applications and limitations. Some common types of raceways include electrical metallic tubing, or IMD, rigid metal conduit, or RMC, intermediate metal conduit, or IMC, flexible metal conduit, or FMC, liquid-type flexible metal conduit, or LFMC, and non-metallic conduit such as PVC. Each type of raceway has its own unique properties and advantages. For example, EMT is lightweight and easy to install, while RMC provides excellent mechanical protection. FMC is flexible and can be used in tight spaces, while LFMC is suitable for wet locations. PVC conduit is corrosion resistant and is often used in underground applications. When selecting a raceway, consider the environmental conditions, the type of conductors being used, and the mechanical protection requirements. Always choose a raceway that is suitable for the specific application. In addition to the raceway itself, it's also important to select the appropriate fittings. Fittings are used to connect raceways to each other and to electrical equipment. There are many different types of fittings available, each designed for a specific purpose. Some common types of fittings include couplings, connectors, elbows, tees, and reducers. When selecting fittings, make sure they are listed for use with the specific type of raceway being used. Also, ensure that the fittings are suitable for the environmental conditions. For example, use watertight fittings in wet locations. Proper grounding is another critical aspect of electrical safety. The NEC requires that all metal raceways and enclosures be properly grounded to provide a low impedance path for fault current. Grounding helps to prevent electrical shock and reduce the risk of fire. When installing raceways, ensure that all connections are tight and secure. Use appropriate grounding bushings and bonding jumpers to ensure a continuous ground path. Also, be sure to connect the raceway system to the building's grounding electrode system. Overcurrent protection is another essential safety feature of electrical systems. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect conductors from overheating due to excessive current flow. The NEC specifies the maximum allowable overcurrent protection for different sizes and types of conductors. When selecting overcurrent protection devices, be sure to choose the correct size and type for the specific conductors being protected. Also, ensure that the overcurrent protection devices are properly installed and maintained. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential for ensuring the continued safety and reliability of electrical systems. The NEC recommends that electrical systems be inspected periodically by a qualified electrician. During an inspection, the electrician will check for any signs of damage, wear, or deterioration. They will also test the operation of overcurrent protection devices and other safety equipment. Regular maintenance, such as tightening connections and replacing worn components, can help to prevent electrical problems and extend the life of the system. In summary, understanding and adhering to the NEC requirements for raceway size reductions, selecting appropriate raceways and fittings, ensuring proper grounding, providing overcurrent protection, and performing regular inspections and maintenance are all essential for creating a safe and reliable electrical system. Always consult the latest edition of the NEC and work with qualified professionals to ensure that your electrical installations meet all applicable codes and standards. Remember that electrical safety is everyone's responsibility. By following these guidelines, we can all contribute to a safer electrical environment.